You can look out your window and see a cloud almost any day. But have you ever seen a cloud in space? Newswatch 16's John Hickey takes us to one and shows us what we can see in the night sky in this week's Skywatch 16.
Yeah, kind of unusual to be talking about interstellar clouds, but before we get there, we got to bury the lead just a little bit and give you a little bit of background about where this is in the sky and what you can actually see from Earth. Because, a little spoiler alert, you're not going to see the interstellar cloud, but the Hubble Space Telescope most certainly did, and it found it in what's known as the Pleiades star cluster, which is an open star cluster, which means that there's a bunch of stars kind of more or less held together by their own gravity loosely in the night sky. And you're going to see that, the Pleiades star cluster, near our waning crescent moon, which will be coming up after midnight. Also nearby will be the planet Jupiter. So you're going to be seeing that rising in the east and then setting in the west. So the best time to see this will be after midnight and before dawn early tomorrow morning. So as we get closer to dawn, the lineup might look a little bit more something like this. But what exactly are the seven sisters? It's the seven brightest stars in what's known as the Pleiades star cluster, or if you're this guy, it's actually named after you. This is Charles Messier, the French astronomer. From 1730 to 1817, his lifespan, he lived almost to be 90 years old in the early 1800s. Pretty unusual. And amateur astronomers are still trying to find all of Messier's 110 night sky objects that he cataloged. So even though the seven sisters have been seen since ancient times, and Galileo is credited for being the first person to see it through a telescope, Messier gets the credit getting it named after him because he was the first one to catalog it. So now for the interstellar cloud within the Pleiades star cluster, this was imaged by the Hubble Space Telescope. It's cool stuff. It's a lot of kind of cosmic gas, and it's trying to move towards a star that's just out of frame in this picture. But as it's moving in that direction, it's being completely disintegrated. So not only are you seeing a space cloud in this picture, you're also seeing one that unfortunately is kind of meeting its own demise. So that's what you can see in the sky tonight. Now a little bit later this week, both Thursday and Friday mornings, we'll be hoping for a clear sky. Early this morning, we were able to see the International Space Station fly over. If you missed it, and I wouldn't tell you that that's necessarily a bad thing. A couple of more chances to see it. Thursday morning, Friday morning, before 6 o'clock, you're going to be an early riser to see this, moving from the northwest sky over to the southeast. So a little space clouds and space station for this week's Skywatch 16.